Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about balancing. The market's always going between balance to imbalance. So, balancing is where we have about the same amount of buyers and sellers, and so we are kind of going back and forth and shopping. And so, this will also often present itself on the market profile and the volume profile as a D-shaped profile, meaning we have most of the volume near the center, where the point of control or volume point of control would be, and that's just where we have the most time spent or the most volume. And then both edges we have a taper. And so this shows a lack of interest in these edges. And so what you'll want to do is you'll want to trade the range until proven otherwise. So in a balanced profile, you'll have a value area low and a value area high. And in between these two is 70% of the time or volume. And so these can be good locations to buy or short in order to make money in a balanced environment. And so that's going to be the main levels that you're going to be looking for at value area low and the value area high. And then some nuance to this is oftentimes these profiles can build a skew to one side. And so rule of thumb with balanced profiles is if you see any type of skew, then that's likely the bias or bullish or bearish, because a balance would be inherently neutral, but once we start getting a skew where volume is, let's say, building at the top of the profile or building more near the bottom, the volume builds on the side that it wants to break from. And so if the profile is building most of the volume at the top and is no longer balanced and more D-shaped, but has a skew to the upside, then we would assume that the market wants to push up, and vice versa when the volume is building more near the bottom side. And so you can often see this on just regular price action, where a balanced profile may be something like this, or something like this if it's contracting. These are both just completely neutral, whereas if, let's say, we're bullish, we may create something like this, where we are, sorry, that was a bad drawing, something like this, where we are making significantly higher lows, but the highs are nearly equal. And so that's what would build all the volume up here, is we have big buying right here. We don't spend very much time or volume down there, but up here we spend a lot of time, and eventually we should try to break through. And then the same thing would be with the downside profile. We have probably a nearly flat spot here, but the lower highs get significantly lower, whereas these stay nearly the same, and then you get that volume build, and then we will often try to push through. And so just stay neutral if the volume profile is a D until proven otherwise. So if we start building a skew, then you can start building a bias towards a certain direction that we may create an imbalance in that direction.